Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Steps Basic, and welcome back to my community show. A little heavy metal headbanging there. Yeah, that's not right. Anyway, today, I'm going to tell you right away, this is not gaming related. So, feel free to click away from the video if you don't want to hear anything about this. This is addressing yesterday. Literally, my favorite holiday of them all, Thanksgiving. And yes, I know, it's a day late, dollar short, all that fun words and stuff. But I just wanted to come out and talk about Thanksgiving and why it is so important to me and why I get so grumpy that it gets overshadowed by the other two holidays. Now I know Thanksgiving on the third Thursday of November is an American thing, and I know Canada celebrates it in October, and other places don't even celebrate it, don't even know what it is. I know that, and this is purely an American thing, but it's more than that. See, to me, Thanksgiving has always been about family coming together and being together and having just no expectations, just show up, be with your family, eat, happy, be merry, all that fun stuff. And to me, it seems so much more today that, I mean, not even just these days, but like in the last few years, that idea has been being shuffled to the side, being pushed away for consumerism and bigger and better things. Like, I know, old man rant. Black Friday is supposed to be Black Friday. It's not supposed to be the week of Thanksgiving, and it frustrates me that Thanksgiving just gets lost in the shuffle. But it's like we have this day where we're set to be thankful for the family, the friends, the life we live, and then the next day people are trampling each other and killing each other for the best deals to get things from stores. And yes, I know, it's ridiculous. People have actually been killed on Black Friday because they bought something. I'm like, no. But that's not what this is about. This isn't ranting about Black Friday, although I should probably make a video someday about ranting about. Today, we're talking about family. We're talking about friends and how it's important to have days like this, like yesterday. I mean, yesterday, me, my kiddo, my brother, and my ex-wife, we all got together. We had a great meal. I was literally cooking food since about 8 o'clock in the morning until about, I think it was about 2:30 when I was finally done. And it was wonderful. I love doing that. I mean, any other day of the week, if I'm on my feet for that long, I'm dead tired. I can't stand. I'm like frustrated, annoyed, grumpy. But days like Thanksgiving and Christmas, when I'm building up this huge, terrific meal for everybody, it's just like, I don't even care. I'm happy. Everything's great. And then we sit down and we eat the meal, generally in like half an hour, all that work for a half hour of food. But I don't get upset about that because we were together and everyone was happy and everything was great. And that's what people need to focus more on when it comes to this holiday, this particular holiday. Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, or if your country doesn't recognize Thanksgiving as a proper holiday, there should be times like this. Times when you and your family just sit down and you cook a meal for them. You sit down and you just chit-chat and you talk. And you don't know how to cook? Fine, order a good meal. But family is important, and sitting together with them on holidays like this are probably the best thing in the world, because you don't understand just how much you miss being with them, how much you miss seeing them happy until you just don't anymore. And that's one thing we need to avoid. We need to never get to that point where we never see our family happy. We never get to see our family together anymore. And that's why I love Thanksgiving so very much. And I know there's a lot of push against it. A lot of people don't like the idea of it because, oh, look what the Americans did to their native people when they came in and took over. And I'm like, yeah, that was horrible. But literally, Thanksgiving is representative of the one best moment between the original settlers and the Native Americans. The one good time we had. And that should be acknowledged. That should be recognized. I mean, sure, there was a lot of bad that came before, a lot more, even worse, that came after. But that one moment, that one tiny sliver of hope for the future, for humanity, that should be acknowledged, that should be recognized. And Thanksgiving is that moment, that time when we get to recognize that. Yeah, and sadly, like I said, Thanksgiving gets overlooked, gets shuffled to the side, but this video is more about imploring people to look into their hearts and recognize what it means to be human, what it means to be good to your neighbor, to be good, to be happy, to love, and to come together. Whether it's on Thanksgiving, whether it's your Christmas Eve dinner or your Christmas Day dinner, whether it's just some random day when you just stand up and cook your family a meal, or order out a really big meal, or just take them out to a restaurant even. Just be together. That's what Thanksgiving is and should be about. Is and should be about. You should always find time to be with your family. Now, I've ranted and rambled a bit about this, I've noticed, and I'm starting to repeat myself, because honestly, that's all that should ever be said about Thanksgiving. And I decided the best way to wrap up my favorite holiday was to spend an hour or so with my favorite person and just playing a game. And that's what we do. I mean, family getting together, playing games is almost as important as having a good meal together, if not even more so. I mean, kids are sponges. They look at you and they see what they want to be, what they're going to be. And now a lot of times it's like, in my case, you look at your parents and you're like, I'm not going to be that person. But you need to show the kids that there's a good side to the world, and that you can grow up and you can still find time for the little things. You can still sit down with your kids for about an hour and play games with them. And I live streamed it, yeah. So technically it was a little bit of work in the same process. But honestly, if we're going to call playing video games work, then yeah, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's something we need. It's something that families need to do. We need to put aside things that keep us apart at least a couple of days out of the year. And me, like on my main channel, I do family game night. Even if I don't record a video, even if I don't put it up on the channel, I'm doing a family game night. We're going to have fun. We're going to get together and we're going to play. And it's going to be great. But that's the sort of thing, a lot of people let the humdrum and busyness of life get in the way, and then they forget that they have kids and that they need to be and spend time with them. And their families end up suffering for it. And days like Thanksgiving are important. And yes, I love that. But we also need more. We can't just let one day of the year or 2 days of the year be the time we get together with our families. We need to take the feeling and the spirit of Thanksgiving, the brotherhood, the nature of it all, and we need to integrate it into more of our lives. Christmas, I like Christmas because it's a chance for me to give to my friends, my family, make them happy. Everyone's like, what do you want for Christmas? I want you to be happy. Well, that's not a good gift. I can't give you that. Why not? Why can't you be happy for me? Huh? Be happy. Smile. But to me, Christmas just became way too commercial. And Thanksgiving, I like the fact that it's not commercial, but because it's not commercial, it gets overlooked. Because nobody's talking about it. I saw something on Twitter a little while ago. I don't remember who it was, but somebody's like, yeah, Thanksgiving's better than Christmas. And then somebody's like, well, name a carol about Thanksgiving. I'm like, doesn't matter if there's no carols about it. Doesn't change the fact that it's a better holiday. Because there's no expectations. Show up, eat, be happy. Literally the only thing you expected to do. God, I had a point. Where did it go? This is why I need to take notes. Give myself bullet points so I don't forget what I'm doing. I guess in a way, the fact that it's not commercial makes it better. I mean, Halloween is fun because there's very little commercial behind it. Just, oh, you want to be a spooky, creepy skeleton or a ghost or a witch or a Pinkie Pie, which as a 31-year-old hairy large man is a pretty scary prospect as it is. But, you know, if you're not subscribed to my main channel, there's this one video I put up recently called Not But a Moment. I'll link that after this one. But it was, it literally made me cry making that video because it acknowledges my own mortality while pointing out that I don't have enough time in my life, but I want to spend all of those moments I have left with my kid, with my daughter, and she's gonna grow up, and I want one day for her to understand that all these moments that I did for her were for her. And Thanksgiving is one of those moments every year, and she's learning to do the same meal I do, and she's gonna grow up and hopefully she'll make it even better than I do. This year she made the fruit salad like she does every year, and she wanted to help with the yams, so I gave her the potato peeler and let her start shaving some yams. She managed half of one of them before she couldn't do anymore. But I'm hoping like next year, like she could do the cranberry relish. I know that's really easy, and she can do the fruit salad, and hopefully she'll be able to do more yams next year. And that's what I want. I want her to grow up. I want her to learn from me. I want her to see the good in life and understand why these moments are so important. Why Thanksgiving is more important than any other holiday, to be perfectly honest. Maybe not as fun as all the other ones, especially for the one who has to cook the entire meal, but for me, it's a blast. I love it. I don't even care. Well, I didn't really like this part of your meal. Well, I loved making it, so there you go. It's funny though, because, you know, we sit down to our Thanksgiving meal and I'm the only one that ever points out what's wrong with anything. Oh, my potatoes were a little clumpy. Okay. Oh, my yams were a little watery. Well, it was still tasty. But, you know, I'm the one who can tell what's wrong because I know exactly where I went wrong on what. That's a good lesson for life. Never point out where you did wrong because chances are somebody didn't notice it. But I guess the whole point of this entire video is Thanksgiving is awesome and we should love it. And it's not just the day, it's not the holiday, it's the feeling and the meaning behind it. I don't care where it came from, I don't care where it ends up in the future. What I care about is the feeling of family coming together. Family and friends, neighbors, brothers, sisters, everybody coming together for a moment. Because that moment is too short. And eventually that moment's going to be gone. And that's one thing we should all dread, is that last final second of that moment. But anyway, that's all I've really got to say about this topic. Hug somebody today. Tell them that you love them. If you haven't spent a moment with your children, haven't spent a moment with your parents, spend a moment with them. I don't care if it's just a moment for talking. I don't care if it's a moment for playing a video game with them. I don't care if it's a moment just playing a board game with them. Spend that moment. Yeah, you can probably hear that siren going off, can't you? And then it stops when I draw attention to it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please go ahead and poke that like button. But more importantly, go ahead and spend that moment with your family. If you'd like to, you can leave a comment down below. Let's see, what sort of meals do you like to make for Thanksgiving? Or what sort of meals do you like to just have with your family? I'd like to hear about those. I really like food. I'm a bit of a foodie myself. But it's a terrible job for me. It gets me all plump and chunky. But anyway, leave those comments down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next week when we address something even cooler than this. I don't know. I shouldn't make promises like that. But anyway, until then, good night.